So, like most of my videos will be, I'm going to look at memes and then analyze society through what memes are popular. Because I feel as though memes are definitely the best, or one of the best windows into prevailing thoughts in different parts of society. So this particular meme, uh, I enjoy, and I'll describe it in case anybody's listening only, either by choice or because they can't see. So it's this one young lad. Well, it's actually a meme that's shared on another meme, which is also what I want to talk about. So the OP, the original post, the original meme, is this one guy calling Rutherford, and it's I'm not doxing him. That is his tag on Twitter or X, if that's what you want to call it. So the boy calling, and it's a picture of him and his girlfriend. They're both, well, she's smiling. He's got a bottle of wine in his in his mouth, and yeah, cheeky wee selfie. And it said, "Do you know what a quote bottle night unquote is?" And then it's probably not because my GF and I invented it during a 2023 blizzard. And then the next line is, "We lock our phones away, comma, turn the TV off, dot 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 dot, ellipses." For the particularly well educated among us. And then the next bit is each grab a bottle of wine and talk. That's it. We simply talk and enjoy each other's presence. And then the tweet, or I don't know, is tweeting also called Xing the X? I don't know, whatever. The tweet, the retweet. Let's just be real. The retweet is someone else. Tim Allen Italian. Okay, fair enough. And it said, and he's sort of clowning on your boy Colin. He said, "I invented talking to my girlfriend. We both have to get hammered though, or it doesn't work." So I've seen this gone viral on lots of different uh, Facebook groups and on Instagram, and always in the comment section there's people are clowning over various reasons. And one thing I've seen various iterations of some writing is basically sort of joking, "Oh, so is it like a podcast, but with no recording equipment?" And that's kind of funny. But as much as it's it's funny to see how he invented it, and I think maybe he has been a bit tongue in cheek, making fun of himself slightly in a way, or if he's serious, I'm not too sure. But it's still valuable to look at because people it's like, "Oh, I invented a new thing." It's like, well, no, but joke or not, like, he's a very young looking. He's what, 25. His girlfriend looks about the same, so mid-20s. So to me, for that generation of people, like, it's not quite inventing, but it's maybe reinventing the wheel, or going back to tradition. In a way, it's something that maybe they haven't done, or is not as common really. Because even I'm in my mid 30s, and I was of that generation where, like, I wasn't, and I wasn't, like, the idea of like camera phones and stuff like that, and being able to send a picture message. I think the idea of picture messages. I remember seeing an article recently, like a reshare from years and years ago, BBC on this day sort of thing, and it was from 24 years ago. This was only a couple of weeks. It was from 24 years ago, so the year 2000, like April 2000, and it was about, like, oh, Brits have sent this many text messages last year. Oh wow, uh, and it was like, oh, and now you're going to have the ability to send picture messages, and then there was like analysis from sort of media trends, people being like, oh, it's a bit of a gimmick. So in the year 2000, the idea of sending a picture message was a gimmick, according to like lots of so-called experts. And then the ability to play songs on on your phone. I remember only becoming a thing in the late noughties, really, and then uh, and then phones were getting smaller and smaller. Phones for texting, so that I think the modern sort of smartphone, what we call the so-called smartphone nowadays, i.e., a mini computer that has a voice calling app on it. That was sort of 2010 probably. So, and even then, me and my friend, we often struggle with this, and me and my wife, we have to uh, often make a really conscious effort not to do this. So for this lad, if they are mid-20s or even if they're early 30s, close to my age, it's hard. So maybe he's not invented it, but he's certainly rediscovered, going back to tradition, reinventing the wheel in a way. So I'm like, well, as much as it's fun to clown on him, he's got the right idea, you know. Yeah, lock it away and be present in the moment, yeah, for me. And he's really leaving himself exposed in a way to like not be able to check his phone, or for her not to be able to check. Like it's very much like putting it all out there, really letting it hang, as is she for him. And he's also exposing himself to himself, like the idea of, oh, I don't have anything to distract myself beyond this other person, that is becoming increasingly scary. The other day, my phone ran out of battery, and I was like, and I was joking to myself. I don't know if everybody does this, but I talk to myself a lot. I don't know if it's more common with autistic people or not. And I remember saying to myself, like, "Oh, I'm meeting my brother-in-law in an hour." So and my wife was taking her son to a museum. So I was meeting, and I had to basically spend an hour completely by myself with no phone. And I was like, oh God, what is more terrifying than spending an hour by yourself with no screen, no work, no nothing to distract yourself with your own thoughts? And I was joking about being terrified, but also in a way it was a joke, but a joke that hits on your deepest insecurities. So for this guy to hang out there with his girlfriend and spend that time really dealing with each other, I was like, fair play. I commend Mr. Colin Rutherford, and I'm going to try and definitely take on board his advice. I don't think I'll do a bottle night. I might do a can night, like a small can of beer, a small can of cocktail, or just the bottle night. But a bottle of soft drink or something, or a cup of night, a cup of tea night. Because yeah, the idea of midweek drinking with a young child for me right now is not really. I don't drink as much as I used to. Just don't have the time, the recovery time to factor in. But yeah, I say well done to Colin and Colin's GF. Or yeah, maybe the future Mrs. Rutherford. Hopefully, if the talks go well, then yeah, maybe the future Mrs. Rutherford. So well done to him, and I'd encourage everyone to have a bottle night, be that alcoholic or a cuppa night. So yeah, go out there and yeah, put the phones away and talk to your partners or your friends, your flatmates, uh, your parents. If you're an older adult listening to this, then yeah, your adult children if they're around, and if it goes well or if it goes badly or if it's just awkward as hell, then let me know in the comments. And again, like I always say, even if it's awkward as hell that first time, that first couple of times, is similar to working out. The first couple of times you work out, you might be awful at it, but you keep pushing the reps and you improve your form, and eventually, yeah, you'll get healthier. So yeah, good luck everyone, and put in the comment section how you did.